Hey, all you Farm Simulator 25 players. This is the Fantasy Farmer. We've got the Angela Whispering Hollow Farm. This will be episode 5. We'll recap. We've got all our corn and beans done, planted for the year. First cutting of hay's been done. We're getting ready to start our wheat harvest. This wheat harvest is starting in August, so in real time for us, it would probably be about maybe almost close to a month too late for us. What we would normally want to be, we'd want to be in July, first in the middle of July. So we also will go over here to the. We've kind of overkilled on what we've got on our gravity wagons. We will not fill all these up. We've even got our grain cart out, but we've also started our second cutting of hay. He's out there cutting somewhere, so we'll finish cutting the hay also, and then we are going to bale straw. So we're going to go out here and we're going to get the combine. We got a Case IH 1660. This was the models that replaced the 14 series, and those were really the 14 series is what I consider the really modern era of case or international combines. They were just a really good combine, and these 1660s was the upgraded version. Now this one here, we've only got a 20-foot head on, so we got a relatively small head on it, and we're going to get up here and we'll drop her down and we'll get him started. We are going to keep the straw swath on, so then we can come and bale. We're going to get ahead and let our worker do that, and then we will run the gravity wagons and keep him full, or keep him from filling up, and we'll go from there. I don't anticipate a huge amount of crop on this field. Like I said, we will bale the straw, and we're going to square bale it, and we got a thrower that's going to throw it right back onto the wagons. And we're basically going to have it as our role play is going to be they're stacking it on the wagons for us. We've got guys out there stacking. Or back in the day, you hired a bunch of 16, 17-year-old kids, and those was your stackers for you. So we're going to go ahead and let him go. We're going to go get our first gravity wagon up here. We've got the auger set up, and we'll see where he gets to. We probably could wait because he probably will not make a round, or he'll probably be able to make a round before he fills up with this 20-foot head. So let's just chase him down and maybe get back up here with him. We will be planting wheat again in October. After we get the beans off, we will plant some wheat again. So right now we're only at 22%, so it's going to be close for him to get around this first time. This combine does not hold a huge amount. I think it's around 10,000 liters. We will be moving the calendar ahead about 15 days to the middle of August after we get done with this wheat and the hay crop and the straw baled, and we're going to start chopping. So we'll start chopping on, and the field that you see here to the right, it or the one to the left, I haven't decided 100% for sure which one we'll chop. Originally we were going to chop the one on the left. We'll just see. So right now we're at 34%. Like I said, I don't know. He might be able to get almost all the way around, and if that's the case, then we will take the wagons back the other way. This is another area I know when we'll probably go ahead and till this field right here after we get done, and I'm going to go ahead and till a little closer to these trees. We'll get a little bit more field out of here. When I tilled it the first time and made these extra fields a little bigger, I did not do that. So these fields need to be, if you look at the right side, how close that corn is to those trees, and I would say that's probably 6 to 8 foot in real time. So, and that's what we'll get on these, especially since the branches are so doggone high up into the trees. We're halfway home. It's going to be real close to get all the way around on the first time. I think we're going to run probably 3 or 4 laps this way, and then he'll start going back and forth. Biggest thing with the combine is this corner where that arm's going to come out. We might have to manually move those out every time we want to unload. It's because we don't want to drive through the crop. We might have to come and clean these corners back up a little bit too. Sometimes they struggle a little bit when you make these fields bigger. .25 is a lot better than the last version. It seemed like they struggled even worse on it. This tree here is and you'll notice every once in a while I'll do that. I don't know what those hitches in the ground are doing, why it's doing that. There's an obstruction or something that's doing that. This 20-foot head we picked for it, it was really the biggest that we could get on this combine. That was made for it. It'd have been nice to have a 24-foot on it at least, but this 20-foot will work. We seem to be missing some on the edges, but I think it's just the way it was planted and the way it was set through. And you do get that somewhat in real life. You'll get that little edge, but you will lose some. Especially if wheat. I really don't know what he's doing, but we're going to just go ahead and finish this area right here ourselves. Once we get to this edge, we'll just go ahead and go over here and dump, and then we'll get him started again. And then we'll go check our hay mowing progress. Except we did bring the grain buggy out too. I don't believe we're going to need it for this. This little patch right here. And we'll go ahead and dump this right here. And we'll dump it on the ground. You know, up until really the middle 90s, everybody was using a lot of gravity beds, gravity wagons, and smaller trucks. And then just a really huge influx of semis. Really, that I saw was in the 90s, middle of the 90s. It just seemed like everybody got one. I think I bought mine in probably 97, 98. used the 300 bushel straight truck up until that part and a couple gravity wagons. This is part's done, so we will go ahead and drop down again. Get going here. Let him go and see what he's going to do. Well, I don't know if he knows what he's going to do. I think a lot of times when you're using the AI worker on these, especially these fields that are that you've plowed the edges around that first time, sometimes it seems like they are somewhat confused. I think we've had more issues with here on these last couple episodes, especially with the hay. So we'll see how he does here, and we might have to take over and just go ahead and do it ourselves. That's what it looks like. We'll just take over and do it ourselves. We don't want to have to wait for him to figure it out. We'll get these edge rows done and then see if he wants to run the middles. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Matt at the big RK, viewer and friend that we have there. Keep farming, Matt. You'll have a good time. Thanks for watching The Fantasy Farmer. Got a few other guys, Chris and Brandon and Casey at the RK, who are subscribers also. Shout out to them also. This is being filmed on January 23rd of 2026. We are in Southern Ohio. And if you guys know what's going on, we've got a huge winter storm coming our way, so we'll probably be making a lot of videos this weekend as long as we don't lose electric. Here we're coming up to this glitch area, so we're probably just going to go ahead and back up and see if we can get it cleaned up there also. I don't know what happened here. I'm all about getting as much of this crop out as you can. Wheat's not as popular here anymore, near as much as it was. For the yields and the cost, it's not as cost effective to grow it. A lot of it is the straws where you make some of your money, and a lot of your money on. Straw prices have went up. Used to be able to buy a bale of straw out of the field if you picked it up for about $1. It's went up now. A lot of places are, if you go buy straws, $5, $6, $7, $8 a bale now. Straw and hay has become a huge business for a lot of companies or a lot of farmers who that's all they do is bale hay and straw. There again, we got us another little hitch right here where it missed. So we'll go ahead and clean it up. I think we'll go straight through to the end and then we'll come back and clean this right up. Just like in real life, throwing it right out on the driveway. Wouldn't be the first time I did that. Once we get up to the top of the hill, we will go ahead and dump again. If you remember this field right here, there was several fields in here, and they were all kind of broken up, and they wasn't attached to each other. There was large space in between them, so I went in and plowed all those together to make this one larger field, which makes a lot more sense. It's easier to work, you're gaining a lot more ground, and it definitely looks better. And it kind of brings that realism in too, because nobody's going to have all those little chopped up fields like that unless they're owned by different people. And there again, you're always going to farm to the edge. We'll get this up through here like this. Looks like our mower is stuck on a tree, so we'll get this going and hopefully get him going again. Still got a little bit more to mow over there in the hay side. Well, let's see if he'll do anything now on his own. Looks like he's going to struggle again, so let's go ahead and finish this part right. Well, let's see if he does anything now. It's going to be kind of interesting to see what he does. Well, he's kind of grabbing an edge right there. I think we'll just let him go ahead and run this edge and just see what he does. There's supposed to be two rounds on the ends and the edges, and then we were going to start running through the centers. So we'll go ahead and let him run right here and see where it ends up at and see if he starts on the center. We're not in no hurry. Ground's kind of rough right there. Can't probably drive very good because he's got those red drawers on. Don't see too many farmers driving with red pants. Well, he finished up the M rows. I really don't know what he's going to do now. So we'll just kind of watch him here for a second and see what he does. If he doesn't straighten up, then I guess we'll be starting and doing it ourselves. Kind of wanted to go over there and check the hay out, but we'll just see which way he goes here and see what happens. And there again, I believe a lot of this is just from where he plowed those ends in this first time. It seems like the first time around they always struggle a little bit. Guess he's cleaning up little spots. So I think what we'll do is we'll just stop him. And let's head in this way here and let's just see if he does anything now. Well, there again, I don't know what he's doing. And if we go to so we'll see if he starts in the middle now. I've learned to have patience with the AI. There we go. I think he's going right now. He should be good. Probably have to do 2 or 3 swipes down, and then we'll have enough to fill up. It's yielding better than I thought it would. And with only having that 20-foot head, it's not a you're not taking a huge swipe at one time. I think what we'll do is when he gets up here to the turn, I think we'll go ahead and jump out and go over there and get in the 5088 with the disc bind and try to finish that up over there. I know he's stopped right now. I don't know if he's stuck on a tree or if he's just done. Let's just jump out here. We'll run over here. One thing you'll never catch me doing is running. Even when I was a kid, I did not like to run. We'll get in to see what we got going on here. Oh, we got several passes that he's missed. I missed that edge right there myself. I don't know what happened there. it's easier driving these in real life than it is on this game. I don't know what happened with him not finishing these. Looks like he missed several edge rows and then skipped some rows. This field, for some reason, where we extended it and plowed around the edges again, it kind of messed it up somewhat. Well, I thought maybe after that first time cutting it would straighten it up. It seems like they learn a little bit, but I don't think it quite did on this one. There again, when you got a row that's just perfect right here like this, it's a lot easier doing it by doing it in real life, because you can actually kind of see and feel how the row is. This one here, you're just kind of trying to catch whatever you can catch. There again, we'll just go ahead and clean these little splots up, and combine's probably getting close to being full, so I think we'll do one more swath up through here and then go check our combine. Like I said, we're going to have to clean up a lot of this because it sure looks like we did not do a very good job. And a lot of the guys are still using GPS even with mowing hay to get that perfect, really the perfect layout cut. They know exactly how they want to do it and how they want to bale it and how they rake it and tether it and everything else. I think mowing's probably the most important if you're going to use the GPS to get those rows all pretty well straight. We'll go up here and we'll stop after this and we'll go check that combine, get it dumped, and we'll come back. We'll just grab us another gravity wagons here. Those two front two we got are pretty good size. These ones right here are not near the size. I don't remember what the bushel or liter was on these. These must be around 13,000 liters. So we're still going to have some space in the front one, and of course the back one will be full or empty. So we'll have another 2 dumps and fill this up basically, because this combine's at 10,000, I believe. Yeah. So we'll just leave that there. We'll run back over here to our disc binder and get the rest of that done. If you remember right, I told you we were going to use the V rake to rake this field this time. You know, you're in August and it's 88, 90, 95 degrees out, and that hay does dries fast. And if it's not real hugely thick, you don't really need to tether it too much now, as hot as it is. So we're not even going to tether it. We're just going to rake it and bale it. And we're going to use this big wheel rake, or this V rake. It makes really nice windrows. We got a couple more little passes down through here to make, and a little cleanup here and there, and then we will be good to go to turn the rake loose on this. Some areas we've missed right here. And that's that. We'll go up here, and then we got a little bit up here to hit. That'll do us. So this is a big wheel rake. This one here has 1, 2, 3, 7 wheels on each side, and that's going to form a V, and then we will make pretty nice size windrows with them. We had one that had 5, I believe, but it was just one side, and it still was a pretty decent, but they do bounce. So we'll get up here and get this thing ready to go. Turn it on. We're going to see which way that we're going to see if we can get him to start in the middle this time, just to see if he'll do it. Kind of out of curiosity. This thing covers so much ground, it won't take very many times going around. I don't know what you call that. I just know that we don't want to do that. There again, we might be doing this one ourselves. Yeah, let's see if that works. There you go. You can see it makes a considerable. He's taken a few passes with him. We'll ride this round and then we'll jump off and we'll go back over to the combine area and let's get that wheat done. Another month or so, the beans will start turning, ready to go. We'll be in full-blown harvest. Okay, I don't know what he's doing, so we'll have to drive over here. And we'll have to pull the combine out ourselves and to be able to dump it, because we don't want to drive inside on top of the wheat. That's a bad thing. I don't know why he kind of turned there, but maybe he thought it was too green still. So we will go ahead. Stop him. Go ahead and spin. Oh, that's not good. Hit the buggy or the gravity wagon. Well, we're going to let him start again. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's going right back down through here. We're going to pull this tractor out of this a little bit just in case he comes back up here and does this little row he's missed. Check him out one more time before we go back over to the hay. Let's go check our hay rake and see how he's coming along. Guess we need to bring a truck up here and drive back and forth. Need a UTV or something. I was wrong about filling everything up. I think we're going to fill all of our gravity wagons up. We're going to fill everything up before we go start dumping it. Well, here's our hay guy over here, our rake guy. And I can say that I don't know what he is doing. I think maybe he was trying to turn around. I think what we'll do, let's just drop this down here ourselves. Let's clean this little bit right here up for him. there again, I don't understand on what he's trying to do. I think we'll just stop him here and we'll just do some of it ourselves. Sometimes that's just better, just doing it yourself. This field's always been a little bumpy. We chiseled it and disced it pretty good, and it straightened it up a little bit, but it's still a little bumpy. We'll probably grow hay on it for a couple more years, and then it'll go back into a crop rotation for a couple years. Seems like that's the best thing to do with these. Unless you're growing hay, that's all you're doing is you're not rotating it. But the guys who's growing some hay and crops, they'll usually rotate it every 3 to 5 years. Especially if you get the ones with the alfalfa in it where you don't want to pay that much money every year to plant alfalfa. And usually that second and third year you're getting some really nice yields off of them, especially if the weather's good. By the 5th year she's starting to thin out. And that's why you'll want to reseed her. Even by putting fertilizer and stuff, it'll still thin out on you. But this wheel rake here does a pretty nice job. So let's just see, try an experiment here. Let's try. I've never did it like this. Let's see what he does if we do it like this. Well, he's trying to back up and he's not doing a very good job. I suppose there's little pieces here that he's going to try to get. He doesn't know the concept of backing, obviously. Yeah, that was an interesting take. He is struggling big time. We're going to have to go back over to the combine here pretty soon. Probably we're just going to let him keep doing it his kind of way here, and then I think we'll just come and clean it up after the fact. At least he'll get the straight rows done, and then we'll clean the edges up. We'll get up here to the front, and we'll go ahead and jump out and get back over there to the combine. We'll get back up over here, see what the combine's looking like. He should be just about full and ready to go. And he is. So this one here will fill out both of these gravity wagons after we get this one, and there'll still be some left in the combine. There we go. There again, he has put us in a precarious situation, so we'll have to stop him and go. He's missing a lot here. Our rookie combine driver. So we'll go ahead and get him started. We've still got half a load, but we'll go ahead and get him started. We'll get us another pair of grain buggies or gravity wagons over here. I don't know if I got this thing ready yet or not. We'll just leave that there, and we'll go ahead and get us a check us our guy here and see what his looks like. He's making some rows. I think we got 1066 with a couple wagons on it. Down here and turn around and see if we can unload on the go with him. I don't know why he keeps doing these weird stripes here, strips. There again, I don't know what he is doing. That is a strange, I just don't know. So what we'll do is we'll let him continue, and then we'll just run a couple laps around the outside to clean that mess up. It's interesting. That's all I have to say. It is interesting. It's kind of like in every other one thing. How you derive to that. I think we'll jump back out once we get back up here and go back up to the combine and see what his deal is. Hopefully he'll go up there and clean up his little mistakes. My legs are getting tired running back and forth. See where the combine's at here. Oh, now he's clear over here. So he's come back over to this side, so there's a lot of little cleanup we're going to have to do, it looks like. Just let him run here. Well, we'll let him go again, and we'll run back over here to the hay. He should be done with that over here on the hay part, so we should be able to clean that up. Hope this isn't boring you too much running back and forth, but that's kind of what we got to do right now. We will have to use our green buggy, because we will fill up. I'm pretty happy that this has yielded as good as it has. We don't know what the final yield is until we look at it, but it has yielded a lot better than I thought it was going to. So we'll get in our hay rake here, see what we got going on. We'll drop her down, turn it on. I think what we'll do is we'll run these edges and clean up where he went through. And after that, this field will be ready to bale. We might have to go around it a couple times. We'll see what it looks like, but it looks like it's going to have to be a couple times around this outside edge. That'll give us 4 end rows. We need to get that squiggly out of there, and I know there's a squiggly all the way around it. Well, we got the end rows cleaned up now, so this will be ready to bale. Let's get back over here to the wheat and let's get this wheat finished up, and then we can call this episode done. We definitely want to get this wheat done. We wanted to get the straw baling done today, but we probably will not. I think we'll wait. I don't know what this combine has done. I hope it's not a glitch in the combine, but we will have to go clean those up, it looks like. I'm not even going to pull him out. I'm just kind of going to run through them. It's kind of weird how he did it like that. There again, I don't know what this glitch is on this field, but I don't know if it's where we put it together and plowed it the first time, or what is going on with it. Let's see, let's pull up here. We'll let him kind of finish this part right here and see what he does, and if he goes over to the other part and cleans it or combines it, then we will come back and clean this part up ourselves, I guess. I don't understand the glitch that we've got going on right here, but take the good with the bad. Matter of fact, I think maybe we'll just jump in there with him, just in case he don't do something stupid. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get to clean this up, because that drives me nuts. This series here, we're not going to get too crazy on combines, on upgrade or anything. This is going to be the combine that we use for the duration of the series. This is episode 5, so we are a sixth of the way through to our episode 30, and that will finish this series out. Surprise for you at the end of the series. I think it's something kind of neat that I don't know if anybody's done yet. We'll finish up all this here where he has missed. There again, it could be a glitch with the combine or the header, or it could be in the field. When we get into beans and corn, if it still does it, then we might have to think about changing out our combine. We'll probably go with, there again, we'll go with something that's the same size as this. Keeping our kind of our same size area that we want to be in. And you got to realize this combine here is from the early 80s, middle 80s. So it's not a, it's not a real new combine. These combines right now, you can get 4,000 or 5,000 hours on them right along. And it's not even so much the hours, it's the how much separator, how much you got in the separator. This one here, it looks like we're going to have to miss some of it, so we will come back and get that. you've ever seen a combine up close or been in the side of a combine, there is a lot of moving parts underneath those shields here on the left side and the right side. A lot of belts, a lot of pulleys. It's somewhat daunting when you start working on one. And then you get into the feeder housing and where the rotor's at, and there's just so much more. Clear out the back where the straw's coming out. You got straw walkers inside. So there really is a lot to a combine. So these older combines like that these guys have ran and ran and ran, they know those combines inside and out, and they're able to work on them. And that's the advantage of the older ones compared to the new ones. Of course, the newer ones do a lot better job, I believe, in capturing the grain. And that's kind of what you're going for. You need a really good, high-quality threshing job on that. With you have minimal loss out the back. We're going to go ahead and start this, and let's see what he does. Hopefully he picks up where we were at. Nope, he's going to leave a strip for some reason. It might be faster for us just to combine all this ourselves. If he keeps doing it like this, then it's going to take forever. So I think that's what we'll do. I think we're going to go ahead and finish this episode up. This wheat's taking us a little longer than what I expected. So this is episode 5. Episode 6 will finish the wheat, and we'll bale our straw and our hay, and then get ready to start chopping silage. So this is the Fantasy Farmer, and remember, farm until you're broke. Have a good night.